Hello, everyone. This is Meetup 14 for the Discord about the M8 tracker. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. And today I wanted to have kind of a shorter meetup because I'm tired. It's the weekend. I need to work on moving. I'm moving my music studio and my shop space to a larger space that's in kind of the same area to give me more room for the production units and getting those shipping and all that stuff. I am out of space here. And luckily, a shop like pretty close by just opened up magically, so I jumped on it when I could. But yeah, I sent out an email to all pre-order holders I think 2 days ago. If you didn't receive it, check your spam, check your promotions if you're using Gmail. It's in one of those two folders. But basically notified everybody that they're getting a nice little travel case with their order. And the big major change was I was planning on having the TRS MIDI port be A/B software switchable. And on Monday, I was testing some stuff. I think I was testing, I don't know if it was with the Octatrack or the Digitact, but I was testing basically having one of those units send MIDI to M8 and then M8's audio going back into that unit. And for some reason, as soon as I hooked up the audio output from M8 into, say, the Octatrack, MIDI input into the M8 just stopped working. So I spent all day kind of debugging what was going on. I knew it had something to do with ground. And it turns out that how we ended up doing the hardware portion of the switching between MIDI TRS type A or B was interfering with MIDI input. So I was trying to figure out a way to kind of, dead bug it or throw a couple wires on all the units to try to salvage it. But to do it right, I would need probably a couple more weeks of design and testing and going through that whole phase again. And I figured it's just not worth it right now. I kind of maybe feature creeped a little bit too much on trying to get these production units like the most awesome thing ever. And so I had to make an expensive decision to forfeit all of the PCBs for the production run and rerun all of those PCBs without that feature. That was just the quickest way and the most stable way to continue production without putting any delay in the pipeline. Luckily, the circuit boards were not populated. They were just the circuit boards because the PCB assembly house is waiting. We had to order, I think I talked about this before, we had to order basically custom spools that hold all of the parts. We had to order custom ones for the teensies to allow the pick-and-place machine to put the teensies onto the boards. And so we were waiting on those custom spools before continuing. So unfortunately, all of those boards will not be used, and I went ahead and ordered all new PCBs. So, but hey, at least the MIDI is going to be super stable, and there won't be any of that issue, and it does save on battery life a little bit because there's no active circuit there constantly holding the MIDI type A or B switch. That, and it's pretty easy to, that feature's more of a thing of convenience. If you don't know what MIDI TRS is, or that standard where it's not the 5-pin standard, it's, it's literally like a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, where the left channel is one. It's like a headphone jack where the left channel is like one sound, you need to mute yourself. The left channel is one signal and the right is the other. So in order to switch between the two different types, it's literally flipping the left and right channels. So people sell adapter cables for that. It's really easy to hack your own cable if you need to. It's not a critical feature. So it is what it is. So the other news is this week is I am moving my studio and shop space, like I said, and I want to show you a little video that I took today of, I'm going to walk, basically I walked around my current setup so you can see that, and then I walk around the new space a little bit so you can see where I'm at. I'll probably just talk over it as I play it back. Let's see here. Let me set this up. Just a moment. And main display. And turn on my Discord camera. So hopefully y'all can see that. Now, please, please don't mind the mess. I've been really busy, so my space is pretty messy. But I'll go ahead and play this. So this is my design room, and these are all the parts I have so far for the production M8s, which is all the big stuff, or it's all the small stuff. So what I'm still waiting on are the travel cases, the aluminum bodies, and the circuit boards. But I have everything else. I think there might be one other thing that I'm waiting on, but all that stuff's coming in the next couple weeks. So that's my design PC, my bicycle, my electronics bench, which is a complete disaster right now. I need to clean it up. But everything's in this tiny little room is the whole point, and I have to make a lot of units, and there's no way I could fit everything in there. And you see in the background, that's my music studio. So I'm going to walk through my little music studio room. Some keyboards. All those are project enclosures for all the projects that I work on. Some of it's merch, like Trash 80 stuff. Yeah. This is where I'm sitting right now. Some keyboards and things, and some mess. Yeah. So this is my current space. It's just these two rooms. My plan was I have all the boxes. The boxes are being delivered via pallet, and my plan was initially to like just put all of the boxes into my studio room and just not use my studio room while I had all the boxes, which, I could have done, but it was just a little stressful to try to fit everything. So yeah, this is the entryway into the new space. By the way, sorry for the portrait mode. I think it just looks better in portrait because you can see how short the ceilings are, etc. It gives you a better sense of the space, I think. But I did this today. I masked. I've been putting masking tape everywhere because I'm going to start painting this place, and I masked up that DW, the Dirty Wave logo, because I'm going to basically paint the walls a dark gray, and then just have that DW logo as an outline right there. Since I'm painting, I decided to make it a little nice. So yeah, this is probably where my design PC will go. Then there's this little office right here, and this will be the music room. It's the same size, actually. It looks bigger than my current music room, but it's just because there's nothing in it. It's essentially like exactly the same size. And this is the work area where I'll be able to build all the M8s and get all that stuff shipped out. This is a much larger space in here. Unfortunately, it's not air conditioned, but you know, for the price, it was a really good space, and it's got the dual roll-up doors, which is pretty sweet. Yeah. It's pretty much the space. I'm excited to see how terrible that logo is going to look when I actually start painting. I was planning on painting it today, and then just like masking everything nicely, like I was kind of taking my time, I guess. It took a long time. So it was already kind of late, and I'm like, might as well just do the meetup and shoot some video and show everyone, you know, what the new space is like. And you could tell, like, just by looking at my current space, like how tiny it is, and I have to fulfill, you know, all of those orders and everything out of there and ship everything. It would have been, you know, very cramped. So this is the same basically business complex as where my my current space is at. So at least I don't have to move anything. That far anyway. So yeah, there you go. Let me turn off my camera here. But yeah, I'm not necessarily excited about the move because it's going to be a lot of work. Somebody asked, no AC, what state are you in? I'm in Los Angeles, so it's going to be quite fun. I'm going to buy some fans. Yeah, it's more practical to have that space, especially for like storing all the boxes and stuff like that. It just makes a lot more sense. But it's also pretty scary because I have that lease, and I need to make sure that I could make ends meet to afford it. So what else were we going to talk about today? I was going to show some of the library stuff I've been working on. Let me turn on my display again. Back to the virtual M8. So there was an update. I don't know if this happened in the last 2 weeks, I think, didn't it? I think this happened after the meetup, I think. But I made a feature. There's this thing called bundle, which we've gone over before. And what it does is when you bundle your song, it'll save the song, all the samples used, etc., into a subfolder, all self-contained in its own little folder, which is nice when you want to archive your song. So samples aren't saved inside of the song. Since they're streamed from the SD card. You know, if you delete a sample, it's basically gone from your song, unless you bundle it. So it'll create a second copy of those samples that you used. Now with bundling, it also exports all the instruments that were used in the song, which is convenient for lots of things, including making your own little. If you want to make your own little sample and instrument pack, you can really easily just by using the bundle feature. What I envisioned is, like, say I made a bunch of different instruments and I wanted to share them. I could then like make a little demo song that's using all of those instruments, you know, and then save the whole thing as a bundle and just give that bundle out or sell it, or, you know, whatever it is. But that way, you know, people have a demo of it in a song as well as the samples themselves, or samples and instruments themselves. It's pretty neat. So using that feature, I started making or I think I asked a couple of people if I could use, I think Arrival, I asked if I could use some of your FM instruments as well. So I've been kind of gathering stuff together and trying to make a bunch of instrument presets. So that's what I'm doing right now. Is yeah. So these are chords. I have like synths. Let me sort this. Whatever that one is. What is that one? I'll look at it later. Yeah, just been trying to gather stuff that gives good examples of things. Yeah, you get the idea. Yeah, I just made this one. But as well, in the instruments folder, I put a directory called packs in here. And I pre-populated it with Avril-Cadabra's SID presets, I believe. As well as my, DX7 instruments I was porting. But the idea with the packs subfolder is, if somebody makes a pack of a bunch of sounds they want to share, then people can drop in that pack into that pre-existing folder in the instrument. Yeah. So yeah. I think that whole bundling thing really helps with sharing instruments with each other. And if I did this, some people have given me bundles for this meetup. So like this is a bundle subfolder, and now there's this subfolder in this bundle called instruments. So here's all their instruments that they used. Yeah. Yeah. What else? Let's see, there's some samples that are either mine or inside the sample folder, there's also a subfolder called packs, which will have the same idea. So if you wanted to just do samples without any instruments, you could release that as a pack, of course, if you wanted to. Technically, if you have an instrument that is a sample-based instrument, the samples, since you exported it as a bundle, the samples will already be in the instrument subfolder. It makes it kind of confusing, but hopefully you understand that. Reminds me to work on that manual. So yeah, this is a sample folder. Let's see. I put in a default directory called recordings that's empty, but we kind of need somewhere where if you're just going to sample something random, kind of like a temp folder. Here's a bunch of synths from my studio, which I've shared in the past. These are all samples. Yeah. And electronic sounds offered to give M8 pre-order holders a small little sample library, which is pretty awesome. So they prepared basically a whole bunch of stuff that people can use that'll be included with the M8 SD card. Just your basic kicks, hats, stabs, that kind of stuff. all the things that I wish I had time to do and probably would do not as good as a job. So I really appreciate them reaching out and offering a whole bunch of sounds. Yeah, I think that's it on updates. If anybody has any questions, let me know. I'm reading the chat right now. Is it too late to send patches for the units? No, not at all. I am... if you have patches you want to share, reach out to me, and I would love them. If you want to put a pack in there, like a collection of sounds, we could do it that way. If it's just like a couple synthesizers that you have that are presets that you want to include, just let me know. I need to basically wrap up like what goes on the SD card content. I need to finish that this month. So the next like week and a half, including moving. But I need to do that in order to get all of the content copied to all of the devices. So that is everything I got. Catching up on chats. I guess we could play some songs. Unless anybody has any questions I could answer. Where's bundles? All right. I don't know what any of these songs sound like, so let's go with Inflatable Robots' song called Infect. That was awesome. Thanks for sharing. That again was Inflatable Robot with Infect. Let's play Cytotoxic, Kill Your Mind. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. That again was Cytotoxic with Kill Your Mind. Disposable Planet, Highway 6. That was epic. Thank you for sharing. Again, was Disposable Planet with Highway 6. All right, got 3 songs from Glooms. Apparently I need to play them in a specific order. See if I'm gonna use that. Hopefully it's fine. I'll use the live queue feature maybe. Let me know if that's not okay. Aw, I was going to try to do the song load. I ran out of time. Thanks for submitting these, by the way. So that track was Fightr-y by Glooms. This song is called 7-4. Thank you for sharing that. That was Glooms with Datastorm. Datastorms 4? I don't know. I think that's Datastorm $4. That's my vote. So yeah, thanks everyone for contributing songs to this meetup. I think we're good. I think that covers everything for this time around. I know there'll be a firmware update and probably in the next couple weeks that removes the Midi A/B type switching and the MIDI preferences screen, as well as some other minor tweaks. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining. If anybody has any other questions or anything, you should have asked that before I started saying my goodbyes. But yeah, and if anybody has any instrument presets they want to share, please reach out to me, or samples, etc. for the library. I want to get that taken care of pretty soon. So yeah. Thanks everyone. Have a good weekend. Bye.